Hello everyone, welcome back to my casting stream. I'll be casting another interesting game between Magyars and Goths, SS playing as Goths and Brsky playing as Magyars. Let's get right into it, see how this game went down. Switch over to Capturage. Should be starting soon. Alright, let's settle down. Here we go. So this game is on Arabia, and red is Brsky. Brsky is playing as Magyars, and SS is in black, playing as Goths. Let's do the map scan quickly. We'll do Fog of War on both in the beginning to just keep an eye on their scouting. Or maybe we'll do it after. I just want to look at the map first. So back berries for SS, front gold, front stone, side stone. So he has two golds here on the side, which are pretty exposed. He has a lot of gold on the side of his map. Brsky has a back main gold, and then his two neutral golds are in the front. So SS has more gold, but he has it on the side where he will need to expand in order to get a hold of it. But his map is a bit difficult because of the front gold and the front stone. He only has back berries and back stones, so to say. So Magyars, very good civ for an early rush with the scouts, and looks like Brsky will go for that build because he has 3 on wood, and he's going for the boar. That's absolutely a scout build, I think. Maybe he will make scouts, maybe he will change his mind afterwards, I don't know, but it looks like a scout build to me. As for SS, on food, so that he can get going on the will count. 4 going to wood now. He hasn't taken any boars so far. He's just gonna go through his sheep pretty quickly. Idle TC time is pretty similar. Idle eco is a bit higher for SS. How many wills he got here? 8 wills. Yeah, that's pretty much a scout build, I think. 8 on the boar. Now he's gonna go for the mill. Let's go to the Fog of War now. Scouting is pretty decent for both.
Hey, sir.
One villager is idle. And now a bunch of villagers are idle for... What happened there? Was that a misclick from Brsky? Because that didn't make any sense. How come all of his villagers just showed up? I have a feeling that was a misclick because he did something. Maybe he rang the town bell? I don't know, I can't tell. 9 on boar right now, 10th on boar now. He should be making 2 farms now, Dark Age farms, if he is gonna go for that that build. He's pushing deer as well, looks like. Yeah, he's pushing deer as well. So I have a strong feeling that he will be producing scouts. I mean, it's a lot of food that he has. Uh, wow, that's good. Garrisoning the villagers and then popping out right away to grab the deer. That's very quick action. It requires a lot of clicking and everything. Goes on to deer straight away. Goes on to wood now with 5 wills. Scout is idle. Let's look at SS. SS is walling up straight away. He knows that this Magyars, he has to wall up. There's no reason not to. Magyar Scout Rush is pretty much a reality these days because you get the cheaper scouts, because you get the extra attack on them straight away. So it's a good idea to wall up. That's big walls for SS. But that's fine because he can save some wood by doing this instead of going straight down here. This will save him some wood on the walls. So because he has an open map, he left a gap there. Okay, he
Yeah.
got that. He got that. Pretty much similar TC times, idle TC times and idle eco times for both the players. SS is almost, Brsky is almost in feudal. SS hasn't clicked up just yet. He's making more farms. He didn't find his 2 sheep, maybe that's why. They were right here. Maybe I missed it. I think I may have missed it. If the Magyar player got 2 extra sheep, which it looks like he did, then it'll be tough. It'll be really tough to go up quickly. I mean, it's Magyars, but heavy walling from SS, so it'll be tough for the Magyar player to actually go and make scouts. He has the stable up, so he will be looking to produce some scouts, but now he sees that everything is walled up, so that's probably not gonna happen. Going forward with 4 villagers. So the scout build was totally negated by walling up. SS delayed his feudal time. He went in feudal late, but he walled up before he even hit feudal. So he knew that there was a rush coming from the Magyar player, which is expected to just save the scout there. So instead, Brsky is going for towers to harass the woodlines for SS. SS is building another lumber camp. I think Brsky, even now, if he sends in 2 or 3 scouts here, he could break in here because of the tower. But there we go, SS is building more walls to secure his base, to avoid that tower rush. It's costing him a lot of wood, but it's better to be safe than to deal with a situation where he has to deal with a bunch of scouts in his eco. It's always best to wall up and just be safe, you know. It is taking away some of his eco because he's using almost 4 villagers to do this. But the economical loss of having the scouts in your eco later in the game is even worse. So sorry, I just wanted to make sure I was recording. I didn't remember if I pressed recording. There's another lumber camp coming up, so he had to secure this area, this gold. So he had to wall up further in order to avoid getting short of gold. Like I said, his gold was forward. So looks like he's gonna make another tower here. Chopping some wood. He's gonna build a tower there. SS is building some men-at-arms now, I guess, to take down the tower, and I think there's a bonus for Goths against the building. So these men-at-arms, I think 4 or 5 of them should take down that tower. Magyars now going into the gold. So it's denying some wood lines for SS, but that's about it. And SS has multiple wood lines, so there's another one there which SS can take. So the tower rush is not really that effective, I would say. I think because he will have to build more towers here. So he's gonna be on. Is he on stone? He's not on stone, so he's spending all his stone. Does he have a market? He has a market, so he's probably buying stone. Actually, I didn't get any notification. Oh, there it is. 100 wood for 70 gold. Sold 100 wood for 68 gold. SS. GG question mark. LOL. So he's sort of trolling him, saying he's like, please question mark, please. Like, why? You know, that's one way of putting it, because his tower rush is pretty much not doing anything. SS has a bunch of men-at-arms which he can take down the towers with. Is Brsky gonna switch into archers? That's the question. He's all confused, I think. He has 3 villagers idle. He should be taking gold, more and more gold, and switching into archers. So 1 tower down, the second one will probably go down soon. So Brsky is really investing into this tower rush, and it's not really doing much because SS is simply taking the wood line here. What is Brsky's plan though? That's the question. Another lumber camp. I mean mining camp, sorry. Wants to go heavy on, and there's a range. No, that's another stable. But SS can simply produce some pikes, and so he sees them coming. What is SS going to do? Maybe hit the... Oh, get these 3 villagers at least. So a lot of pikes and men-at-arms coming up for SS. He wants to go all in here, which makes sense because Brsky has invested quite a bit. I don't think he can take down the town center just yet, but soon enough he should have the numbers to do it with Goths. Knights coming out for Brsky. Don't forget, Brsky has the extra attack. Both are in Castle Age, I believe, or no, SS is not in Castle Age just yet. Brsky is. So now Knights should be able to counter this easily. But does Brsky have the eco for it? Brsky has some food and gold. SS is waiting for... Okay, so the market is gonna go down. Brsky will need to invest in a lot of knights to counter this. He has 3 of them right now, but there are some pikes. Another tower coming up now for Brsky. That tower is not gonna save him because Goths infantry has a lot of power against buildings. They have a bonus against buildings, so that tower is gonna go down with no issues. There are some knights coming up. SS moves away. Maybe pushes the pikes ahead. SS is almost there to get into Castle Age. He probably wants to save his numbers. As soon as he hits Castle Age, he can go and upgrade his infantry and go into pikes and men-at-arms with Goths and maybe go all in Castle Age. Brsky right now is behind in eco. He's behind in eco because of his tower rush. He spent probably a lot of his eco on that. He bought probably some stone too. There comes a scorpion, so weakening up some of these men-at-arms. Changing the formation in order to avoid too much damage to his military. More pikes coming out now. Wants to fight on the hill. SS is on stone as well, so he should have enough stone for 2 castles almost. He's going to Castle Age now. Brsky is investing into siege now, but his early Castle Age is not really yielding any results, any damage for him, because if you go early into Castle Age, you should have enough eco in order to push. But Brsky doesn't at this point. He has a bunch of knights, but he's really just camping at home with them. He should be going and trying to attack SS at home, I think, personally. Just do a defense with the scorpions near his town center and near his gold. And send your knights forward. And that's what it looks like he's trying to do. SS has a bunch of pikes here, so there you go, he got the upgrade for pikemen. And he can easily put up a couple of castles. He's upgraded to men-at-arms as well. Sorry, long swordsman instead of men-at-arms. Long swordsman upgrade is in. Knights are fighting with the pikes here. A lot of knights will go down. Yeah, all the knights will go down, I think. Yeah, two left, and those pikes will take care of those 2 knights. Castle coming up for SS, and pikes are in the eco for Brsky, I guess. Wow. I think Brsky maybe missed the trick a bit. I think maybe if he went archers and forced SS to go into Huskrul, it would have been something that he could have done to buy more time maybe and force SS to go Huskrul because of archers, because archers would take care of all the infantry. Instead of going Scorpion, which is very expensive in my opinion, you should go archers, and archers would be better option, I think, rather than. And I know Huskrulls are very good against archers, and it's possible that he would still end up losing, but there's a better chance, I think, if you go into archers and clean up the men-at-arms, because you will have to force SS to go late game and build, an eco to switch into Huskrul. You will have to force him to switch into Huskrul. Right now, SS doesn't have to do anything. He invested into the long swordsman and pikes, and that's all he is doing. That's all he's working with. So to me, in my opinion, the real answer to this is not scorpions. Scorpions are very, very expensive and slow moving. Archers are a bit quicker, and they have the range, better range than scorpions. Scorpion has a 7 range right now, and I think archers with unless there is a bonus here for the scorpions, I don't think so. I have to look into that, but archers would control this better than scorpions would. So right now, um, um, Brsky is just defending at home. He's just camping at home and defending at home. Not really getting anything done on the other end. There's no pressure on SS's eco other than these two lonely towers, which I think are gone now. Another tower coming up for Brsky, but I don't think it'll work. Don't forget, Goths get bloodlines and they can easily tech into Hussar to counter the siege as well. So uh, SS can just build two stables here and go bloodlines and just start pumping out some light cav or yeah, light cav I guess would do the job for these scorpions, I think. So when SS told him it's GG, Brsky said, please, question mark, please. But it is, the score is like over 1,000 difference here. Brsky doesn't have the eco. Let's look at the eco here. 49 population versus 72 population. There's a huge difference right there. Worker difference is not that big. The villager difference. So the eco wise, okay, maybe you can go there. But look at the idle time. Idle eco time is over 2 hours for Brsky, which is huge. So yes, he has the vills are more than what SS has, but his eco time is idle eco time is huge. Bunch of long swordsmen. So what SS is doing is he's splitting up his military and trying to attack from all sides. Like I said, scorpions, not that mobile. So because of that, he's not able to maneuver them on all three directions, and that's what SS is doing. He's attacking from 2-3 different directions, and the scorpions can't be in one place. They have to be can't be in different places at the same time, right? So you have to he's bunching them together to defend, but he can't defend all the areas. SS losing some military here to scorpions, but constantly harassing the eco of Brsky. The will count is almost the same now. The population is higher for SS because of military, I would say. Horse, there we go. I think skill barding armor. So is SS switching into? Is he switching into scouts to take out the scorpions? Not too sure why he's getting that, but I don't. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, those are the stables he was. That's exactly what he was gonna do. Yeah, that's bloodlines. He can go light cav. He can go knights. A couple of knights also to take out these scorpions, and then just you know, go and kill the TC with these men-at-arms. Yeah, that's it. TC coming up for Brsky. He needs that desperately. And idle eco time is just way over the top. He doesn't have any farms. 7 farms versus 29 farms. So right there, the eco of a player is I normally judge it by the amount of farms they have in Castle Age, and that basically gives you an idea of their food eco. Food eco is essentially because that's what produces villagers, that's what produces a lot of military also. Is in case of Magyars, it'll be the eco that will produce knights or scouts. So I will comment that on that a bit after the game. Exactly what I think Brsky should have played. I always like to look at the player who loses the game as if, and I would like to see what mistakes were made and what exactly could have been done, because it doesn't look like that Brsky will win this game. Look at the score difference, and SS is already taking into his light cav, so he's already has some scouts coming out, and that'll take out the scorpions, and then it'll be easy for him to take out other buildings with his man-at-arms who have the bonus against buildings. So as you can see, the scorpions have to move back and forth, back and forth. Not that quick. Archers much quicker. Better option is on archers, and so scouts are getting ready for SS. That should be coming in soon. I personally think SS should wait just a tiny bit more before he engages again with his men-at-arms, because now he's going to lose his numbers. I know he's going to kill a lot of villagers. He will lose a lot of numbers as well. Maybe just get the scouts in first, take out the scorpions, and I think that would be GG right there. All he needs to do is just send in some scouts to take out these scorpions. Maybe even knights would do the job. Take out these scorpions, and there we go. The scouts are coming in now. He's gonna fight under a TC. There are no villagers to garrison in that TC, so all the scorpions go down. They just melt to light cav. This just Brsky will keep going. He is determined to play on and see if there's a break for him somewhere, but these men-at-arms will just melt the TCs now. With the bonus they have, they will just take out the TCs, and these scouts will just stick around for any scorpions that might show up, or any siege that might show up. Brsky is trying to get out of there with his villagers. Like I said, this TC will go down. I think this is GG. Brsky shouldn't be playing on from this point. I mean, there's nothing left for him to play for. Score difference is huge. Military difference is huge. There it is. GG is called. Brsky says, well played. SS laughs. And that's that. In terms of the game, Brsky was doing a tower rush because he saw that the player was walled up. The first point I would like to make is that, okay, I understand SS was walled up, and Brsky didn't want to go for that. Okay. In my opinion, and what my little experience says about the game, if you have built your eco around a scout rush, and you see that the opponent is already walled up, don't do anything. Use that food to get an eco advantage, because you have a lot of food. You don't want to go into scouts anymore because of the opponent has walled up. Now you wall up, use that food to create more villagers and get a better eco advantage. You will clearly have that, because what happened did SS used his villagers in early Dark Age to build walls. So playing as Magyars, you have already created an economical advantage for yourself by having the opponent wall up much earlier. What happens when you wall up that much? You take away villagers from collecting resources, and that's basically an economic loss. So you have to wall up. So you use SS used what, 2 or 3 villagers, or I think at 4 at one occasion to build up. So he's already at a loss because he has to use those villagers to wall up in anticipation that Magyars will come in with scouts. Now when Magyars don't come in with scouts, Um, Instead, Magyars just build the eco, then they're already at an advantage, in my opinion. Or the second approach, which maybe I would have done personally, I would have still made my 7 to 8 scouts and started harassing the walls. He threw in a tower, so he made one tower. Okay, make one tower, and then start sending your scouts through that area. For example, uh, there was a tower here, and that tower broke this palisade wall. If I was playing and I built my eco around a scout rush, I would still go for it. I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't go for this tower rush shenanigan. Uh, I would still go with my 6 to 8 scouts. I will try to break in. I will try to still harass the walls and at least give some idle time to SS's villagers, so that he cannot freely go up. Yes, the towers denied him some wood, but how many towers you had to invest in to deny some wood, whereas SS just built another lumber camp here and took this wood. So it doesn't really do justice to Magyars with a tower rush. Moving on to the second thing, so you did a tower rush and you lost your advantage. You went into Castle Age much earlier. You see that the men at arms and the pikes are coming in because you have created some knights. Um, the counter to pikes and the long swords is very easy for Magyars. It's their arbalest, and their arbalest can, or their archers can take out this composition. Once you create that counter, you have forced SS to create Huskrulls, because Huskrulls are the counter for archers. So SS would go into Huskrulls straight away because he knows, okay, now archers are being built. You go into Huskrulls to counter that, and at that point, if that this is because you have lost the advantage as Brsky, you have lost the advantage. You have to do something in order to uh, bring the game on the even field, right? So when you force SS to go into Huskrul, you have already forced him to tech into something else, and that's gonna, of course, take his resources, and it's gonna be uh, is gonna basically put him give you time, and it's gonna make him do something else. So that automatically buys you more time. So there you can decide, okay, you make 20, 25 archers, and you take out this composition, you take out the uh, you know uh, uh, the initial play from your opponent, and then you can switch back into something else. Once the Hustrals come in, I don't know, you could go into, of course you can't use the archers anymore, but you can keep the archers around to take out the knights, maybe take out the pikes, but in the front you can use another composition, uh, maybe even Magyar Hussar from the castle of the Magyars. They are very strong, and I think they can counter the Huskarls. Um, and they're stronger than the regular Hussar. So all to say that whenever you are at a disadvantage against a 1v1 opponent, always force their hand to do something else. That way you can buy time and you can sometimes change the game in your favor. So in terms of SS, just the fact that he had a beautiful eco, the farms, was GG for me. When I saw the farms, I was like, that's GG, because Brsky didn't have any farms. He couldn't do anything about it. Uh, the idea of walling up early was perfect, in my opinion. When you're playing Magyars, you know that the Scout Rush will come because it's very tempting. It's very, very tempting when you're playing as Magyars. Cheaper scouts, +1 attack for free. Why not? So walling up was a very good idea, and this wall here was also amazing. So overall, a very strong play from SS, despite the fact that he had a very tough map. I think his forward gold and forward stone was very tough. Um, he used it very well, actually. He walled up front. He didn't wall close to the gold, because a lot of times what players do is they wall to the gold,
Hey,
and then
sir.
they wall here, and that would create your gold will be exposed. You can't do much about it. It'll be exposed to archers. It'll be exposed to skirms. So you have to wall up a bit forward, so even the archers can't really range it in the early game. Um, so that's what I think about the game. I think it was well played, uh, and Brsky, maybe should have done something else other than the tower rush. I think tower rush was a bad move, and then Scorpions was even worse. I think personally, um, you're not walled up, so Scorpions don't do much when you're not walled up. You need Scorpions when you're walled up, and you can attack from behind the wall when your Scorpions are safe because it's a big investment. Um, I think maybe even you know going into long swordsman himself, maybe. Uh, I think maybe they should have gone for the long swordsman. Magyars, I'm not sure. I have to check the tech tree, but I think they get champion or long swordsman. I'll check that right now. Uh, let's go Magyars just to clarify. They get champion. They get champion with full upgrades. So I think even to counter that, so when I was talking about switching into archers, I think you switch into archers, force the hand of the opponent to make Huskrul, and when he comes up with Huskrals, you can tech into champion. But of course, you need a good eco behind it. And when you're getting harassed on all sides with the men at arms, and you have scorpions to defend, you can't really do that. You need something more mobile. So instead of investing into towers and scorpions as Magyars, I think archers and then into champions would have been a decent uh, a decent comeback for Brsky. Uh, as Goths, you really have the Huskrul, the champion, and the Halberdier. Um, you can go Knights Bloodlines, but that would not really uh, be good in the late game. Nevertheless, well played by SS. Was a good game to watch. You learn as well a lot about the combos and how to maneuver around these kind of situations. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Until next time.